What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title of the video today, we're going to be finally getting around to a band that I have never covered on this channel before, and they are called Time the Valuator. The album in question is How Fleeting, How Fragile. This has been an album that has been in the Patreon polls for a while. It's in the prog Patreon poll, but I believe they have like metalcore sounds as well. So I don't know if they're like a progressive metalcore prog band. A lot of the bands blend into a lot of different genres and subgenres, so it's always quite hard to really pin them down, but they happen to win the prog poll, so I'm excited to get into them, guys. These guys have been highly requested for a long time now, so it's about time they finally won a poll. If all goes well, I should be rocking a 2-camera setup today, guys. I want to make this channel one of the most professionally produced reaction channels, or just channels in general across the board. I take a lot of inspiration from a lot of different channels, not just reaction channels, so day by day I'm still learning. So obviously I've been talking about the FX30, which is a new camera that I recently purchased, which is a fully fledged cinema camera, which is not my A camera at the moment. Generally, you know, when you pay that kind of money for a camera, it should be your A camera, but it's currently the camera behind me at the moment, so it's going to be awkward if that malfunctions and I'm just, you know, have no point of reference. But that is behind me at the moment, just getting a kind of a fly on the wall perspective. I like the idea of having something like that, but you know, in an ideal world, that camera will be here, and then the one I'm using to speak to you guys right now, as you can see, the autofocus is a bit shit on it, would be, you know, my atmosphere camera or my B camera. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, we're going to jump in. If you could, please do leave a like on this video. It helps, it inspires me to keep going, because a lot of work has gone into even getting to this point with the production we're at the moment, but we've still got so many levels to go up. I want to get all the lighting right and stuff. It's a never-ending battle to get it right, but I love it. So yeah, please do leave a like in this video, guys. We're going to jump in. Let's get into it. Alright, Tesseract. This is the first time I've heard a band. Oh my god. Oh no, if this better not be Tesseract Part 2. You guys know how deep I went with Tesseract. As you can see from up here. Am I getting Altered State vibes from this? It can't be. It can't be. Nah, it can't be. There's no way.
You will find your hurt, dust and ash. Leftovers of compassion. On hate to rest. Trophies of another time. Begin to reconstruct, redesign our poison lives.
By the way, for anyone wondering, the lyrics aren't synced on Spotify for this. That's why nothing's moving. So hopefully we'll get a bit more syncopation throughout the album so you guys can follow along with the lyrics. But yeah, man. Tesseract vibe so far, which is something I haven't said in a while with bands. Reminds me of Ash O'Hara's vocals with the like genty tone of Tesseract. Love that punchy snare. Fade out. That was a good intro, man. Definitely massive Tesseract vibes, especially off the intro. Let's see if they keep it that way or if it goes off or if it alters state. Okay, we got lyrics syncing back up again. Let the karaoke commence. Alright, let's switch it up a little bit. Give me something different here. I never thought I'd be hearing a band that brings me back to hearing Tesseract for the first time.
Fall into place once we lift the skies. I fed my head in the clouds for too long. Eyes on the north and shake my doubts, I'm in control.
I'm actually very surprised that there wasn't a lot more comments that... There was a lot of comments suggesting this band, but there wasn't like a lot of people that were directly saying, Drew, because you love Tesseract so much, you really need to check out Time the Valuator, you know? Just from what I've heard so far, especially the vocalist. Last track instrumentally wasn't as much Tesseract, maybe at the end with the gentler breakdown. But the vocals are just Ash O'Hara all over. The lyrics say the scent of ashes, literally as I said, Ash O'Hara. Illuminati confirmed. Okay. I thought we were going to get another step down there. I thought we were going to get a, like a, use their weaknesses to feeding ground, bam, 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 like something kind of to really break down into it, but they're teasing a bit. I'm guessing they have two vocalists because the like almost semi-rap pop section there sounded like a different vocalist completely. Oh yeah. We like those.
When you open your mouth, all I hear is the violent sound. Remember when you were down, you used your weakness as feeding ground. No, not this way. You're the shepherd that
calling the end of that, I'm coining this. I don't know if someone said it before, but that was like a break. Instead of a breakdown, it was like a break up. It got like more euphoric. The mix got louder. There's probably already an actual technical term for that, but I'm coining it a break up, okay? But yes, I just can't help but hear like a slightly different... It's like an altered version of Altered State. Which is music to my ears, literally and figuratively. Unbelievable. I genuinely am surprised. I never thought I'd hear a sound as unique as Tesseract's Altered State again. Like, I haven't come across any bands that... Snare patterns falling a little awkwardly as well. It's kind of thrown me.
Imagine a place where there's fear without consequence.
It's got to be a different vocalist, surely. Let me look it up. Oh, maybe not actually. They're German.
Just listen to the symphony. It plays on and on and on and on. Haunted by the wooden hearts on the state of mind. You can't cope with your understanding of this reality. This won't just fade away, and I can't keep it silent for the rest of my life. The path that I chose to tread reveal itself to be nothing more than a vicious circle and endless cycle. It's way too much to save me from this wretched man I'm back in my life. I am executive, but I can't wait from myself. I can't stand what I'm saying.
Oh, we needed this. I felt like I needed this. Oh, that kind of had Periphery vibes. Oh, that electronic tickly sound. That sounds like Bicep again. I said it in the last video. Bicep from Belfast. An electronic duo, dance duo, incredible. That's probably my favorite track so far. Ash O'Hara again, man. Feels like if Ash O'Hara featured on a Periphery track or something. I want to go back to that. It kind of had it there again, but let me just go back to this electronic part.
It's driving me down. I feel
Yeah, so listen to that. Again, I don't know how well that's going to translate for anyone who's not on like a decent set of headphones, but let me just play this. That's like layered so discreetly in the back of the mix in the Time Valuator track. Obviously not this, but you get the idea what I'm going for. So that just reminded me that I could like hear it in the back of the mix, and that's what I mean by like that kind of electronic element. Guys, if you have not checked out Bicep, I plug these guys so much, honestly. I should be getting paid by them, but these guys are so fucking talented. They're from Belfast in Northern Ireland, and man, they make some incredible music. Even if you're like a metalhead and you don't really fuck with EDM music, they're not even like EDM. I would put them in a class of their own. They're like a really euphoric, progressive, symphonic. They're almost like they're like, if you're into prog music, not just metal, they're a very progressive EDM duo. So man, yeah, I wouldn't even put them into like an EDM category, to be honest. They're just like this, almost like a spiritual group. They're so good. But I don't know where we were there. Hold on, which track were we on? Right, Cloud City.
Can you feel the pressure rising inside of your chest? Don't you worry, it will fade in a moment. Can you still tell apart reality from fiction? Don't you feel rejected? Well, this is right where you Is this everything you dreamed of? A city of light where hearts get fixed. A kingdom of mercy for the lost. Trust your eyes, believe in what you see. Listen closely, the trees are talking. Hear them move, rain, downside up, the room.
I feel like the outro to a movie. That little piano riff. I don't know if you call it riffs on pianos, but I'm gonna go with riff. Oh, they're getting real heavy with the delay pedals on these last few tracks. Oh yeah, goosebumps. It's like a muted Tesseract. Dun, 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 dun.
Moving on, forgetting about the lives we could be leading. Let the engines through the lights till session stain. Deaf and blind, all within, everything on the outside. Like a twist of nature's distant bound. We seek forgiveness in the arms of our own consciousness. I am the one. I am no This is the last to escape my ticket to salvation. I can see the light shine through the door, my only way out of here. This is the last to escape my ticket to salvation. I can see the light shine through the door. This is the moment it is finally gone, it will take me away. I'm moving through the lights, my only way out of here.
That had so many impressive elements to it. Overall, the production sounded great. Vocal sounded unbelievable. It had that like stuttery Tesseract gented out sound, but also felt like a more metalcore. Like it's I get the genre is defined as progressive metalcore, and I can definitely see that. Whereas Tesseract would obviously not really fall into the metalcore, you know, genre whatsoever. More on the progressive side, but obviously the vocalist Ash O'Hara for Altered State. I know it's Dan Tompkins now, but for the album in particular, Altered State being like the first, I don't even know, man. I wouldn't say like the first album of its kind, because this is like the first time I've heard an album that has reminded me of Altered State. Like, I mean, Tesseract kind of got me into a lot of the bands I listened to it today. Like, for example, I started to listen to Periphery and that kind of thing after Tesseract, and it just spiraled with Monuments, and, you know, it went on. This is the first album that I've listened to since that has come anywhere close to, I won't say mimicking, because I don't know if that's the style that they were going for, but it's the first album I've heard that has that same feeling, you know. Maybe not the exact same, because the first time for a sound like Altered State or this, for example, is always going to be special. And obviously I've got a much more tuned in ear to what's going on as well. Whereas before with Altered State, it was like nothing I'd ever really heard before. I'd heard like vocalists sound like Asher Hara before, but I'd never heard it in the context of like prog rock, or even, you know, a gented out guitar tune. So yeah, like loving this so far. That was like that one was, I think that one's got to be the best one. That open breathe, like really open air sounds in that, like it wasn't even like a breakdown, it was just I don't even know, it's kind of like one of these things that this album hasn't got like loads of climactic breakdowns. It's just, again, it's prog, man. I mean, that's what prog does. It's like Altered State. Like, funnily enough, I can't really like pick out any massive moments in Altered State that I'm like, oh, that's like, you know, this is the best part of it. It's just the whole experience is so good. So this is that kind of vibe again. So absolutely loving it, and I'm kind of like shocked of how similar it is to Tesseract. It's like an Altered State, a metalcore Altered State is probably the best way of describing it, or a progressive metalcore Altered State. Sorry if I'm you know, comparing it to Altered State too much, but it's just really prominent with the vocalist. Again, vocals for this one are not syncing, just to let you know. Piano creeping through the mix. These are all songs I'm gonna have to like allow seep into my soul to fully grasp how good they are, you know. Again, like I was saying there a minute ago with Altered State, it's like there's nothing that's glaringly obvious in terms of climactic moments. It's just the overall feel. It sounds so good. Also, I like how nothing feels out of place or forced into a mix. It's like so methodically placed in there. Like the whole song was melodic and, you know, on the lighter side, whereas then they just throw in last like 15 seconds they start genting out in small little pockets. So also, this is like half of the album title track. I'm guessing the next track's gonna be called How Fragile. I really like the name of this album as well. It reminds me of like the lyrics of a Slice the Cake song. Half fleeting, half fragile. I can imagine him saying that. Okay, this is really sounds like Periphery. Not like P2. Actually, do you know what? It does sound like Spencer now that I've just mentioned Periphery. It kind of has moved more into sounding like Spencer as opposed to Ash O'Hara. I don't know what kind of effect they had in the vocals there, but it was very weird. Is that my headphones? Again, the contrast between the gent and the ambience in the background. But I'm guessing this is going to be How Fragile? Oh, maybe not. But yeah, like I was saying there a minute ago, I can imagine the Slice the Cake vocalist with his narrating voice going something like half fleeting, half fragile. Cool album name. When I meet death, time, the Valuator. yeah, I feel like this is one of them albums that's going to keep growing with time. The Valuator. You also just never really know what I'm going to get. It's like, what, like, which way are we going with this? I kind of want a big breakdown here at some point in this track. I still think we have enough space for I apologize. That was better than I expected. It was better than I could have asked for. It's over delivered. No, I'm not even letting that finish. I'm bringing it back and I'm muting my microphone, and I'm fully appreciating this, guys. As soon as this track started, I was like, I feel like this one's going to be the heavy one because we've had a few lighter tracks and it just felt like the right moment. There was like one dirty breakdown at the start of the album, but it just felt like, right, okay, we've kind of gone down the melodic, flowing, beautiful, progressive sound, but it's just time to just blow us up one time. So let's just... So goddamn disgusting. That is so much better than I could have even imagined. But I did sense that coming based on how the album was flowing and just the sound of the intro to that track. I was like, all right, okay, this feels like it's gone down a bit of an eerier, darker route and we're going to get slapped. And we did. We got absolutely, we got pummeled. I've never been happier. But I did feel like the album kind of needed that because I don't think it's on the same level atmospherically as Altered State. So it does open up a little bit of room of like, okay, well, let's go down a heavier route than Altered State does. Because Altered State does the atmosphere and the progression so well that it doesn't actually even need the like heavier gented out riffs. Like I don't think I'll ever find an album that's as well produced as Altered State. It just, the whole composition is unbelievable. This sounds amazing though as well. I'm gonna shut up, sorry. I just associate this tempo with Tesseract every time. Anytime I hear something like this, they are just that sound to me.
Into the depths of the unknown.
That sent shivers up my spine. You can't really see it, but I can literally see all the goosebumps on my, obviously my hair is on my arm just standing up, but oh my god, that was so powerful. Again, what's funny about this is that it I'm gonna say it again, Altered State, right? Altered State to me doesn't have like that much melody. Okay, it does to a certain extent, but like there's definitely albums that have a lot more melody and a lot bigger breakdowns, a lot catchier moments, a lot like face melting moments, but because of how well and how beautiful everything just flows, it doesn't need all of that, you know? It's just, as a whole, it's magic. And that is the same as this album. That is what this feels like. I won't say it's like on the same level as Altered State right now, but it's definitely like the first time I've felt this type of way about an album. It feels different, you know? It feels like just beautiful music that kind of transcends a genre. As in, even if you're not into metal music or progressive rock music or whatever you want to call this, you can appreciate the beauty of it, you know? Whereas like other albums that might be very good, like say Silent Planet or Currents, you kind of have to be into that music to find the appreciation for it, you know? Whereas, you know, hardcore metalheads or metalcore heads would be into that, you know, and they would consider that to be a masterpiece because they like that kind of music. Whereas something like this is like almost objectively beautiful, you know? I hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, this is How Fragile, which is the last track on the album. It also looks like we managed to keep the other camera running for the entire video, which is a bonus. heard vocals in this. Fantastic album, lads. I like, it's so like entertaining to me in hindsight to think back to all the people on Patreon and YouTube that have been like consistently like, Drew, check this album out, check this album out, check this album out. You need to check it out, Drew. I can't wait for you to hear this album. And I can get why, because if you've seen me and how I reacted to Altered State and Tesseract's discography, then you know you're gonna know in advance that I'm most likely going to love this, which I have. So shout out to everyone who's been requesting these guys for a long time. Great suggestion. We've got some bangers back to back to back now, lads, to be fair. Beautiful. Beautiful. Angelic vocals. Amazing instrumentals. Atmosphere was absolutely amazing. Again, not the most breakdowns and like heavy riffage and that kind of thing, not the most melodic choruses, not the most melody, but overall just the way in which everything was delivered was absolutely beautiful. Very reminiscent of Altered State, which you guys know by now if you've just watched the whole video. I haven't shut up about it, but I can't help but reference this absolute masterpiece of an album, and an album that I hold very dear to my heart. It was the first vinyl record I'm pretty sure that I actually have purchased, you know, so that's a massive deal. As you can see, I've got a wall of them and a few other ones as well, and in the future I'll be buying a lot more as well. Maybe this might have to be one of them and stick it right beside the Tesseract albums on the wall, because it's a nice little family of this kind of Tesseract sounding, genty, euphoric. I don't know, it's very euphoric. I love that kind of music. It's beautiful. I love clean vocals. I'm getting a lot more accustomed to the harsher side of the vocal world, but clean, melodic, falsettos and everything in music has always been something I've naturally, you know, gone towards. And yeah, this did absolutely not disappoint, lads. To rate this album right now, again, I feel like I'm probably missing out on a lot of the lyrical content. I was too busy just trying to like zone in and fade away and listen to the overall sound without getting too deep into the lyrics. I know they're on screen and you guys have probably like dissected them for every single song on the album, but me personally right now I haven't really. Sometimes I'll kind of zone in and look at them and, you know, then zone back out, close my eyes, listen to it a little bit harder. But if you guys have any insight into the, you know, the album and its theme, then do let me know in the comment section down below, guys. I'm gonna rate this album as of right now. Oh god, again, I don't even think I'd put Altered State at a 10, because I think 10s are just reserved for like literally I've had a heart attack whilst listening to the song or the album. So I think if I die on video at some point, or if like I say I'm going to react to something and then it never goes out because I've probably died, then you can assume it's a 10. But other than that, I think Altered State is like as high as a 9. I'm going to say 9.9. Again, I know not everyone may not agree, and that's why it's so subjective. So the rating doesn't really matter in the end of the day, and it's a first time listen, so it's kind of hard. But first listen, 9.6. I'm just going to go 9.6. Again, it could be a 9.8. It could be a 9. I don't know. I'm going to say 9.6. That's just where my heart's telling me at the moment. Could change, could go down slightly, but I feel like this is one of them albums that I'll just appreciate more and more as time, the Valuator, goes on. So guys, with that cringe dad pun out of the way, please leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. Let's get these guys out there, because I don't think they're the biggest bands in the world. I don't think they're that popular. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of other channels like even speak about them. So let's get their name out there a little bit more, lads, because they clearly deserve it. I just spat all over myself there, sorry. I don't know when this album actually came out. Let me just double check to see. 2018, which is actually, funny enough, Silent Planet's, was it When the End Began, I think is the last album that I just did. I literally only did it like 2 days ago. That came out in 2018 as well. So this has been 2018, another big year for music. And I actually mentioned in that Silent Planet video that album came out in 2014, which I was just wrong. So it was 2018 as well. So interesting to say the least, guys. I'm going to sign out, guys. Like I said, like the video if you can. It'd be much appreciated. Let's get the algorithm going for this video. Drop a comment. Let me know any you know, context or anything like that around the album that I need to know. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Patreon.com/DrewFortune in the description if you want to support me directly as a creator. Thank you so much for watching. I'm signing out. Look after yourselves. See you in the next one. Cheers.